Yo, so I'm here with Reggie Eldridge, RJ, at the Gala, and tonight Binky said this is the Chicago Renaissance, and you've talked about that in your poetry too, that this is a renaissance happening right now, right here, and could you say what that means to you?
Well, so Renaissance, obviously we can harken back to the Italian Renaissance, where you had an overflow of creative and intellectual energy, but also the birth of a new form of knowing, new fundamental codes of culture. I think that as artists, we are especially sensitive to shifts in socio-political and philosophical foundations in the nation that are happening in this moment. And we're finding ourselves being thrust into spaces where we are having to articulate this moment.
Right.
And in the city of Chicago, which is one of the vanguards of all the cities in the world in terms of creativity, and also very special at this particular moment in history, it being the last final 2 years of the first black president in the history of our nation, it being the postmodernist age, where we continue to move within this kind of like decline of meaning, technological advancement, shift towards living in the internet, that sort of world. It's shifting our perspectives epistemologically. And here we are as artists, creative folk, coming out here, being very much just moved by that moment and moved by something to articulate the moment. We're seeking one another out, and we're finding in this movement an opportunity to, in short, to make history, to do something of significance that is beyond this immediate moment, that harkens back to the past but also to the future. So obviously we could talk about the Harlem Renaissance being a smaller time in our history, in terms of world history, than the Italian Renaissance, but no less important, where you had masses of African Americans crowding, and not just African Americans, but Africans from all over the planet, coming to Harlem to inaugurate, so to speak, a ceremonial birth of a new kind of consciousness, right? You have what was called the New Negro Renaissance. If you look at Alain Locke, he put out that book called The New Negro, where he basically copied. He basically got all the voices of the Harlem Renaissance together and say, this is something new. This is a new kind of person that's being set out there. And so I think that what we can do, if we are going to be equal to the magnitude of this moment, is to be on that level. To say, what kind of new person is existing now, and how can we best articulate that newness? How can we best go about our work as artists, and not just as artists in the media / capitalist sense, but as artists in the truest, deepest sense. That is to say, are you living your essence as a creative person, as a conduit for the energy that is out there, as a person who can imagine new worlds, that sort of stuff. So this is all part of that, and I think it's happening right here, and it's happening right now.
Thank you. Wow. That was amazing.